Oh, hi. Welcome to my art desk. We're getting ready to go over the 2025 top picks for me of what made art the most fun. So grab a coffee, buckle up, snuggle in. Let's get started. Okay, I think the best place for me to start is going to be paint. And that's because paint is such a reference. What one person can tolerate, another person cannot. So everything is on a spectrum. I'm telling you what brought me joy this year and what made my art practice even more interesting and exciting with these paints. So just keep that in mind. I want to start with one that I don't think needs a ton of time for me to talk about, and that is the Meeden 48 count watercolor set. It's what I would consider a beginner palette. If you're considering watercolor, before you go buy the $5 kit, I would strongly suggest considering buying one of these. The case itself is like a hard plastic, which is lovely. It's messy. I wish I could show you a clean, new, beautiful one, but this is the reality of what it looks like for me. And you can see that there are several colors in the palette that I love a whole lot. I don't use the neons a lot. The metallics up at the top are fine. These to me are not why you buy this. It's all of this for somebody who's just starting out because it's laid out by value. That makes it really easy for somebody just starting out to navigate. This is a great beginner palette. Is every color a home run? Nope. But it's few and far between which ones you would avoid. Final thoughts, I would avoid the $5 palette and I would spend however much this is on whatever website you get it at. Okay, that's the first one. Okay, the next paint that I want to talk about tube paints. So these paints are tube paints that I found just through exploration and figuring out what I like best and what I don't like. And somebody might be watching this and going, those? That's what your winner is for 2025? Yes, it is. The first one is by Holbein and it is Bright Rose. And the reason I am obsessed with this color is because it just adds so much to my palette in versatility. Pink is hard for me to mix and to figure out. This one thins out beautifully and it builds up beautifully. It incorporates well into other paints. So I enjoy having it ready to go. And this one has been my favorite. Another favorite, and it's not specific to this brand, are paint colors Titanium White and Neutral Tint. I always have Titanium White in my palette and I always have Neutral Tint in my palette. Not all neutral tints are created equally. Some lean purple, some lean a little more on the grayish muted side. It's not as pigmented as a traditional black color in your palette. It can also neutralize your palette into one cohesive look. Titanium White is made from like actual minerals in the earth that are ground up, which is why it becomes opaque. So you can add opacity to your colors if you have titanium white. Voila. Those are my three tube paint. Like, oh my goodness, where have these been all my life? I love them. They will always be a part of my palette. Yay. Okay, so the last set of paint that I'm going to say is my top 2025 paints. I saved it best for last, is my core introductory set. I bought the 10 from Amazon and put them all in here. This palette is such a vibe. There is not a color in here that I don't use. Some more than others, obviously. It's just such a versatile palette. It already is so vibey. You're not going to have to mix and make a cohesive palette a lot. Core. In terms of price point, she's pricey. Now, tube paints, very pricey. I feel like the price was around $100, give or take $5. And now I feel like it's gone up a little bit. So I think you're looking in the $115 range, and that's scary. This would be more of a, I would like to try a set of paints that is an upgrade from the beginner, but not incredibly expensive. I feel like this could be a really good next step. So, drum roll for the surprise paint of the year. I have wanted so desperately to learn about gouache. Not all gouache is created equally, and this is unfortunately coming from somebody who's only tried two gouaches. Gouache. Let me take some coffee because I'm going to get some major flack for this one, I think. That's okay. That's okay. I've tried one that was just like a $5 gouache palette when it was starting to like become popular. It was terrible. It was a terrible experience. I didn't really know what I was doing either, so that didn't help. And then I was at my local art supply store and I was listening to a lady ask about, well, wait, what are these? Are these watercolor? Or what is that? What is gouache? What? And the lovely employee said, oh, well, and then she explained the difference and whatever. And I said, well, how do I know which one to buy? There are so many. And she said, well, I personally really like the Holbein. So I went and sold. So I, Speedy Quick, bought the primary set, magenta, yellow, blue, black, and white. It gives you a little mixing guide to get here. Love. I did end up buying a Stay Wet palette. And the way that it works is this piece of paper comes up. This is your palette. Underneath the palette, you'll see is a sponge. You saw the colors kind of seeping through. That's because the paper, once it is soaked, it's porous. The sponge stays semi-wet. Put your paints in, your wash in, and it keeps them wet enough to use again and again over a period of time. Those colors that you saw all came from those 5. So, surprise winner of the year. Gouache, who knew? My friends, we've been on a journey. We need to know what people are actually using. I could talk to you about paint and palettes all day long. These are the ones for 2025 that just came in and they were like, you know what, Alexis? You're going to make something today. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you snuggled up with your coffee because it was a long one. You know, if you're out in the wild and you see Holbein Bright Rose, I hope you think fondly of me. Happy New Year.